Hey guys, welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. This is a very, very special edition, of course. Happy New Year from the Rogues Gallery crew. Happy Sunday evening and Happy New Year. Again, 2023. Can you guys believe it's 2023? It's just crazy, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally crazy.
It's totally crazy. So anyway, like I said, it's a special edition. We don't usually go live on Sunday night, but I thought, why not? It'd be fun to hang out with all of you fine folks. Our next show is going to be the Batsies, so it's going to be a while before we can look at the photos and stuff. And so I thought that would be what we do tonight. And also just kind of hang out with you in the chat and answer your questions. So whatever you guys want to talk about, it's going to be your show tonight. So again, Happy New Year to everybody. I want to thank 73 people watching 2 minutes in. So thank you guys so very much. Again, Happy New Year. Hope you all had a great, safe night last night. And I want to introduce the crew. We got Eric B from All Things Art. How's it going, Eric?
Doing good. Hey, everybody.
Great to see you. We have Jeff Morris. How's it going, Jeff?
Good. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying their 2023.
That's right. No, it feels weird saying it. My wife was saying that earlier tonight. She's like, it's going to be a long time before I write checks correctly. I'm sure, she has to pay out with her business. So pretty crazy. But anyway, right down here we have from the Secret Sanctuary in beautiful, hopefully clearing out of the rain, Southern California, Mr. Jeff Delaney.
Yeah, it's just windy as hell. But no rain today.
And so you said tomorrow's supposed to be nice?
Well, yeah, it's going to be cool for us, but it should be nice. Yes.
That's awesome.
But happy damn New Year, everybody.
That's right. Happy New Year. Hopefully hopefully everybody had a safe, evening last night, and hopefully you're enjoying yourself today, and hopefully you have a day off. Maybe tomorrow even. I know I have a day off tomorrow before I go back to work on Tuesday, but hopefully most of you have, at least some time off with your families. Also, last but certainly not least, we have Matt T in the house. Hey, how's it going, Matt?
Hey, everybody. Doing well. Happy New Year. Hope everyone's enjoying their holiday.
Absolutely. We're really glad to have you all here. And so I want to say hello to some folks in the chat. And again, it's your show tonight. So if there's stuff that you guys want to talk about, we'll do that. We might talk a little bit about some pre-order stuff. I did say that if we get to 200 people in the chat tonight, I'm going to live pre-order something. So we'll see. We're already up to 97. So maybe we'll get to 200. We'll see. There's a few items that I want to pre-order. So we'll see if that happens tonight. We got Justin Sports Card Museum. Hey, all. Happy New Year to you. Got Lane Kramer in the house. The Rogues are unleashed on 2023. Yes, we are. And we're just going to get started. I think 2023 is going to be an incredible, incredible year. We've got Rick Sanchez in the house. Rogue Empire. Happy New Year, everyone. Brotherhood member, of course. Borg Cube 1 of 2, another Brotherhood member. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. We've got Theodore in the house. Happy New Year to all the BSC fam. Wishing you all a prosperous and healthy 2023 with lots of collecting goodness. Absolutely. Paula in the house. Happy New Year. I sent Paula a link if she wants to hop on. Paula, please join us. I sent it to you in your Facebook if you want to join us. We got Kevin. Happy New Year, everyone. Excited for the stream tonight. We've got Adam in the house. Happy New Year, everyone. Dark Knight 420. Happy New Year. Alan, Happy New Year to you. Dylan Hicks, Happy New Year. Anna Marie, how's it going, Anna Marie? Happy New Year. Eric S, Happy New Year's, and hopefully lower shipping costs. Well, God bless you, Eric, for your optimism. I'm not sure if that's going to fly, but who knows? Who knows? Matthew, 2 a.m. here, but wanted to catch the live to say Happy New Year's to Chris, Rogues, and everyone here. Thanks very much, Matthew. Hope you're doing great. Hopefully you had a great New Year's Day. The Rutledge Record. Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2023. Everybody wishing everybody well. Thank you very much. Hey, Keith. We've got HeroFi. Good morning to you. Vincent. Hello to you, Vincent. Statue Doctor. Happy New Year to you. We got Captain Trenchcoat again, Brotherhood member. Thank you very much. 112 and climbing. Thank you guys for being here. Johnny, what's up, gang? We got Philip A. We got Figure Kong, and here we go. What's up, guys? Hello to you, Figure Kong. Lewis says, Happy New Year, Rogues crew, and everyone in the chat. Wish the best in 2023. Same to you. The Hot Toys Nightmare. I like that name. That's great. Happy New Year, everyone. Brad, Ladner. Oh man, it's all of them. Well, almost. We don't have Dan with us. He said he might be able to come on. We'll see if he's able to pop on or not.
I think Paula's coming on.
Oh, is she? That's great. We got Michael Gonzalez. Happy New Year. We got Late Night Trip. Dark Ranger 7. What's going on, sir? Happy New Year to you. Superman's in the house. Kristen Logan, Happy New Year, but not thrilled. The years, they go by so fast. No kidding. No kidding. Hey, Austin T is in the house. Hey, Austin, hope you're doing great. Happy New Year to you. Fatal is in the house. Happy New Year's to you. Agent 37. Brad said, wait, one of them is missing. Can't remember. Steve or a girl named Steve. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Sick Mansion Collectibles. Got engaged over the weekend. So congratulations to him and his fiance. That's very exciting. I saw the video clip today. So that's really cool. Congratulations to you and yours.
Congrats.
Yeah, congrats.
Fantastic. Congratulations. That is a way to party right there. Elijah Mack. What's up, Elijah? Happy New Year to Cormac. Mike Stainbrook in the house. Happy New Year to the panel and everyone in the chat. We got Ryan E in the house. We got Odin, Christopher Brown. Thanks for helping me out with my Harley Eric. Was that a repair job?
Yeah, it's repair being sent by him. Yeah,
That's awesome. It was nice to save about $580 total in the Fabok Batman, basically free shipping. So I think he's talking about the Fabok. Was what, that 25% off, which was crazy. But of course, everybody's like, well, shipping's like $500 or $600.
Yeah,
but that's still, it's like you're getting shipping for free. So,
yep,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, if you were buying it or on the fence, that was a good shove.
I mean, again, people were complaining about it, but I'm like, I wish I would have done that because I paid $500 in shipping.
And the other one was on sale, the motorcycle one.
Yes, I mean, I really considered that one. That's the hard thing, is like everything's going quarter. Let's see if I'm missing some of you. I apologize again. If you guys have questions or comments, please feel free to do that here on the chat. Daniel Creek says hello, happy New Year, everyone. When Chris got Arkham Knight Harley the first time around, I fell in love with her, but wasn't in a position to buy her at the time. Finally, I ended up last week getting her. That's fantastic, Daniel. She's a stunner. Absolutely. Again, if I don't say hello, I apologize, guys. Chris and Logan says they're off tomorrow. I suppose I'm probably really far behind. Try to get caught up a little bit. You should all talk about Talon. Had that one production photo, but crickets since then. Yeah, I mean, I've heard nothing about Talon. I'm assuming he's still coming. The ES was like, what was it, 350 total?
I haven't checked the website in a while. Does it still say 2022 on it, or did they
I'm sure it probably does.
update it yet?
You're getting that one, Eric.
Yeah, I'll check it right now.
Dan and I are getting that one.
I doubt they updated it, but let's see.
Is that one you're getting, Matt, or no?
No.
And Paula says, thanks, guys. I will. All right. Well, Paula, whenever you're ready. Third to the 6 collectibles. Happy New Year to you. Hey, it's probably Monday where you are, Cram. Yeah, we're doing something a little different since it's New Year's.
All right. So it's still, now it says during 2022.
Well,
I feel like it said by the end of 2022 at the last time. No, did they change it?
Well, they're slightly late. I would say.
Well, somebody got it.
You're about
So
to
is
get
that
the email.
technically?
Somebody did.
Didn't somebody, or where was that picture from? Was it a factory picture?
I think
I
somebody
think it was
said, during one of the shows, somebody said in the chat that somebody received theirs, but we have no evidence of that. So I don't know.
I don't know. That's a great question. Rick asks the panel, does collecting stress you out? Do you worry about not getting certain pieces? How do you manage it all? We could probably talk hours about this one. For me, the stress part was wanting to collect too much. And so I streamed my collection down to just Batman. You know, we were talking recently, like Jeff Delaney was we talked about our last show about how we kind of are changing our direction a little bit, and how Jeff is collecting what he loves. It doesn't matter if it's different properties. He's collecting what he loves. Has that ever stressed you out? I think probably more than anything, it's probably the space thing that stresses you out in particular. Do you want to talk about that, like with stress with you?
Sure. For me, it's the whole spectrum. I go from thinking, what the hell am I doing, spending all this money and using all this space for these stone sculptures, to being really, really excited and happy to be part of the community. It's literally the whole gamut of emotions with this hobby, which I'd never have had with, for example, comics. But there's something about this hobby. Maybe it is the space and the time that it takes, and it can be hard to sell something if you decide to pass on it, that there is some stress involved. And there's also just, I don't know. Some days I wake up, it's like, why am I doing this? And other days it's just like, wow, this is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's true. It's interesting how it does change from day to day.
Yeah.
What about you, Eric? How about you? Do you ever feel stressed out about this hobby?
Yeah, like Delaney said, it goes back and forth. Like one day you're excited, and then the next day you're just stressed. And same thing. Like it's like, what am I spending all my money on? What am I taking up all the space for? Not most recently, but my previous collection with the new 52 was stressful just in the way that they released everything. So they showed the entire line all at once, but then they only released each statue during a certain period of time. So as each piece came in, I was worried whether or not they were going to fit in my cabinets, because I was, at that point I was all in on that line of the Justice League new 52. So, and then the last one was Batman, which is the one that I really wanted. So when they all started coming in, they all ended up fitting except for Batman. And now I was at the point where I was like, oh no, the one that I really wanted doesn't fit in my cabinet. Do I sell everything? And
and they didn't make the last one either. They didn't make Aquaman?
Then they didn't do Aquaman, and I mean, there's so many ways of you can go into of statue collecting stresses, but that's the first that comes to mind, was that new 52 collection.
I'll switch over to Matt. How about you, Matt? Like, do you ever feel stressed with this hobby? I mean, you kind of have a couple of different lines that you do. I know you do a lot of Harley, and you do a lot of like video game pieces. Do you ever feel that stress?
Oh yeah, I think like everyone just already said. For me, it's like the money and the space. I have too many interests, and I didn't set limits. And now to set those limits means to sell the pieces I love, which I refuse to do. Right. So I'm really in that line. I don't know how to juggle that at this point. And then, pre-orders for the last 2 years, they get delayed. The next thing you know, you had 6 orders. They were spaced 2-3 months apart. Now they're all coming the same month.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, how do I pay for 6 pieces at once? Because I always did deposits. Now I'm changing my ways on that. But prior, unfortunately, I had to cancel a bunch of things, losing money. That stressful on its own.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Jeff? Do you feel the stress? I feel like you're probably the most chill of all of us in terms of.
Well, I don't have anything pre-ordered. I'm waiting for the Captain America, but no, the thing about it is that you just have to realize that, you can't have everything, or I can't. So you just have to be okay with that.
I think that's what makes like the YouTube thing and the Facebook groups fun, is because that way we can see what else is out there and experience it through somebody else's eyes.
Yeah. All these pre-order things, your video and everybody chiming in the one guy that posted his.
Oh my God, that
spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Did you guys all see that?
Cramped up.
Did.
Yeah.
I was like.
I thought that was insane, and I think my favorite comment was like Mr. X chimed in. It said something like amateur or something like, it's like I can't even imagine what his pre-order list looks like. But that I don't remember who that was in the chat, or in the Facebook group. But oh my God!
But I looked at it, was like what, 80 $80,000.
I think it was more than that.
Crazy.
I could not be more stressed if they called me and said, "You have to ride on a rocket to space tomorrow."
Well, and you know, that's what I wanted to get at right there is like, how do you manage it all? To me, the thing that is helpful is that spreadsheet. And I know not everybody does that. Not everybody wants to do that. You know, it might be a little nerdy, but for me, it's a visual, because that person said, I had no idea that they were at to 80,000 or whatever dollars with and they're like, I might have to cancel a few and blah, blah, blah. But like, that's the thing that keeps me grounded, is to say, okay, I know how much I have in my bank account. I know I can't go over this amount. Do I sometimes not look at my spreadsheet for a few months? Yes. And I try not to look at it because I know that I know that I'm like, well, I really want to pre-order this.
It's
But
dangerous
Often
not
do
to
you
look at it.
update it then? But I mean, do you update it as you order and cancel things? So
I do. I have a running, like, it's just it's not Excel, but it's just a Google document that I just keep, you know, so I just have a line item. And so I have like my Prime 1 grouped and my Sideshow stuff grouped, or my Queen or whatever. And I try to group it by when it's supposed to come out. Of course, that changes because it's always delayed. But I have my dollar amount that it is. I have how many reward points I used on it, or how many, you know, whatever discount I might have on it through whatever rewards program I have, and then how much anticipated shipping is going to be. Sometimes I leave shipping off, and then that's just a little surprise at the end of the month whenever it's ready to ship, that I didn't really factor in. But I try to put shipping in. But I mean, it's such a crapshoot these days. It's, you know, you just have to guess.
I don't know if I could do that. A spreadsheet just sounds like another stress to me. And like, I haven't done that with statues yet, but I used to do that with comics. So with comics, like my raw books, I would, you know, write down the comic. I would go through it and grade it, and just have this whole entire spreadsheet of everything about that specific book. And, you know, the thousands of books, it's a lot of work. So I can imagine doing that.
But don't you think that would, like, do you ever like worry about like how much you are going to have to spend? Like, do you ever like not know how much you're?
I didn't do it so much for the money. I did it so I wouldn't have to keep opening the comics and trying to figure out what the grade was so I would write down like my own notes, like, all right, this book has this damage, or it needs to be pressed here, you know, like, and so on. So in the long run, I don't know if it was worth sitting there doing all that data entry, or just going back and opening the book up and deciding if I wanted to have it graded or what I want to do with it. But it wasn't more about the money. It was more about the condition of the book and what I had in inventory.
What about with statues though? Do you feel like a spreadsheet would make you stressed out with just statues that you have on pre-order?
Probably not, because I don't have that many. But I'm thinking like people that do, like, say you have like $20,000, or, you know, up to $100,000 worth of statues. I don't know. Constantly sit there and update it.
George Raw commented in the group. He's like, I think 20 might be a little shy. Like, I don't want to know what the actual total is.
Oh.
But that's just, you know, kind of what it showed. At least that's maybe what I owe minus my discounts or things like that.
Plus, you said you have a few you might be pre-ordering.
Yeah, there are a number of them.
them.
Yeah, that's the thing, is there are a number of them that I might and probably will. And we're about 150 away. We were just, 50 away just a minute ago. We're down to 146, but we were just real close to 150 watching. So when we get to 200, I will pre-order something. So
But you said, how do you manage it? For me, I guess I try not to think about it. So the less I think about it, I think the better.
Yeah, I just think it helps you budget. And to me, that takes some little bit of stress away, because if I didn't have the visual of that, I'd be like, I have no idea how much I've spent, because I pre-order just about whatever I want. Not everything, obviously, but the pieces that I know I really want to add to the collection, I tend to order.
Do you find, though, it difficult with delays and pieces that don't come out till the end of the year, though? Because I feel like I push those ones off on my agenda. Like, oh, okay, I have Vampirilla coming out on my order list. She's end of the year to 24 at this point. So I'm kind of going, I only put a deposit down. Not worried about it right now, but also it's going to creep up. And
well, like for me, like I said, I have all of my money in my account, so
Okay.
it's just sitting there, you know, and so I know it's there for when it's ready to ship. I know I'm good to go. And if I didn't have the money in my account, then I would just have to cancel. I'd have to lose the deposit or whatever. But I feel like that's where, again, that spreadsheet helps, where I know exactly how much I have and how much I have to worry about. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't tend to worry too much about the delays. I mean, other than just that that adds to the stress of like, when is it going to come out? But I don't know. What about you, Jeff? Do you feel like, I don't know, do you budget? How do you do that part of it? Do you,
Me?
yeah.
Well, I don't do a spreadsheet. I only have pre-orders from 2 places, Sideshow and Todd. So I just look at my open orders from both those 2 websites to see what's coming. I can't say I really budget. I have a separate credit card for comics and statues that's separate from our family finances. But I take it one statue at a time. So maybe I'm not doing it the right way, but a statue comes in, I get a visceral feeling of whether I want to keep it or not. And then if I have to sell something to make that happen, that's what I do. If I don't have a visceral reaction that I want this piece, it either gets returned or sold right away.
Yeah, there you go. It's funny how like everybody does it differently. It's like there is no right or wrong way. But there are different things that, just like in life, there are things that stress us out, and like what stresses me out might not stress Eric out, but whatever we can do to try to help reduce that. Again, for me, my biggest stress by far was back when I started collecting was that I collected Star Wars, I collected Marvel, I collected so much stuff. And then back then too, I was working on a very, very limited budget. The money that I spend on this collection is not part of my family's budget at all. Like, that's completely separate. My salary at work is my family's. Mm-hmm. And so everything that I've been able to accomplish through here is by buying and then, just kind of refreshing my collection over the years. Doing this channel, doing things like this. And so back then, especially, like if I wanted more pieces, I couldn't. There was no way I could make it happen. So that was stressing me out, that there were so many things that I wanted. But just for me, accepting to say, hey, I need to pick something that I know I'm going to love and just focus on that. That was helpful for me. So again, there's different parts of this hobby that stress us out. I think money and space are probably the top 2, at least in my opinion, of what most people I think are stressed out about. But do you guys agree with that? Money and space?
Definitely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what everybody else is asking about here. I saw somebody asked about the Superman. We're going to talk about that when we look at photos.
You got a super chat earlier. I didn't know if you saw it or not.
Oh, here it is right here. Sorry, I know I'm really behind in the questions. 1999 super chat, the Rutledge record. Thank you very much. So thank you for the super chat. Thank you. BSC, do you think you'll reach a level of contentment with your collection to be satisfied with what you have, regardless of what new statues come out? Or will you continue to collect as long as you have the channel? That is a great question. To be in all honesty, knowing myself, I'm going to keep going. Because there's always new stuff. There's always new exciting things that I don't have an end game. How about you guys? Do you have an end game? Do you feel like there's ever going to be a point where you're like, yeah, I'm good? Yeah. Or do you feel like you're always going to be like, well, if there's a new piece, I'm just going to sell an old piece and put something new in?
I reached my end game and then I restarted. So
that's not the way it works. I love it.
I don't know if there really is an end game if you are that kind of person, because just look how advanced this stuff has got in a couple of years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't, if you wanted something to like a actual movie or a person, Hot Toys was about as good as you could get. And in the last couple of years, we've seen that advance to where it is now. Yeah. And it's,
so
they're breaking the mold every time they turn around, and I expect it to only get better.
I mean, the only thing is that I don't know. I guess for me, it will at some point for all of us. It'll depend on price. I mean, if 10 years from now, a third scale is $10,000, which God help us it's not. I mean, at some point we're gonna have to maybe stop.
Well, it seems like Jeff's point was like, so like I said, the technology is always changing. So now it seems like the new thing now is the whole silicone movement, where I'm not into that, but I did go through 3 major overhauls of my collection. And the reason I got rid of my first collection was, like Jeff said, that technology improved, and we all of a sudden had, you know, the 3D software, like to where everything was being done on the computer instead of being traditionally sculpted. So I got rid of all of my traditionally sculpted pieces because the newer pieces were looking better. And then eventually sold that because it's just because I wanted to change scales. I went up to third scale, but I don't know if it's going to change again, other than like I said, we see like the silicone stuff coming out now, but I'm not really into that. So I don't. Be interesting to see if anything else changes to where things improve even better with just like digital sculpting. Other than maybe like movie pieces, but I'm not a movie collector, so I don't know.
Yeah. How about the rest of you guys? Do you guys see an in game at some point, or do you just feel like you're going to keep going?
Keep going, but maybe evolve to less pieces of higher quality.
Are you going to get that Picard piece, Jeff?
Yeah, that's supposed to come in the next week or two.
We've got some photos of that too. When we're going to look at tonight from In Hand for a Collector. They were kind of, I don't know. I feel like they were kind of picking on the piece, but I thought it looked pretty good.
Well, are you talking about the collector where the 2 pegs didn't fit correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard from the rep from Darkside, and she was rather shocked by that. She said they'd had absolutely no complaints whatsoever about the piece. She was very surprised. We'll see. It has 2 pegs instead of 1. Like Spock only had 1, but both feet on Picard apparently have a peg.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought it looked pretty good, especially the likeness. Yeah. I thought the likeness looked really good.
You know, there's only 150 of them.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
God, I wonder how they made a profit on that.
I don't know.
That's crazy, just with the factory costs alone.
How many were there on Spock?
I want to say like 400. There was an X and a collector's edition on that one. I think it was 400 total.
So they went down.
Wow.
But the price was higher. Price on Picard was like 1,500 or something like that.
Crazy. Again, we're going to look at that here in just a bit. Fatal says, being a collector and content creator trying to share this passion is a bit stressful. Editing clean videos is a chore. Is it worth it? It just depends on how much passion you have for it. I mean, if you don't enjoy it, or it gets to be too much. I want to give a shout out to Seth from What's Poppin'. I don't know if you guys watched his video this weekend, but he's taking a break. I don't know if he's calling it quits for now or just forever. But I reached out to him yesterday, and a lot of what he said in his video rang true for me. Somebody that does daily content, that edits every single day, that sometimes misses family time and things like that. It definitely rang true to what he said. Sometimes it can be very, very stressful editing and doing all the other stuff. It just depends on how much you enjoy it. Like if it's something that you absolutely love and you want to put the time in, it's worth it. But there are times where I think all of us need a break or need to, turn off our phones and be away from social media or whatever. But
it depends on your goal. I mean, you and I approach our channels differently. You try to do practically daily content.
Yeah.
Whereas I do sporadic when I get a new piece in or there's something I want to talk about, I'll do a video, but nowhere near daily content. And also, I know a lot of guys like you spend a lot of time editing.
Yeah.
I spend so little time editing, you wouldn't believe it. I'm doing everything in iMovie on my phone, and it's instantaneous.
Yeah.
So I just, I get a statue in, I throw it up. When you see me on screen, I'm pretty much looking at it for the first time. So I just do it immediately, and I do it really fast.
Yep.
But it's just a matter whether you want to grow your channel with daily content. I've been hovering around 12,000 subs for years. because I'm not doing live streams. I'm not doing daily content. I'm just doing stuff when I get it in or if I feel like doing a video. But if your goal is to grow, I imagine that would be quite stressful.
Yeah. It's just, it could be a lot. And I don't know. I mean, even at that rate, do you ever feel stress of getting stuff out? Or, I mean, I'm sure a lot of times we talk about on like YouTube, everybody's always trying to be the first to get stuff out or get, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's nice to do that. But again, I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to be $100,000 subscription channel. I've got 12,000. If it gets up to 15, awesome. If not, that's okay. I think I've already got the core collecting group. I think sometimes when you look at someone who's 100,000 or higher, you've got a lot of subs who maybe are not full-time statue collectors. Maybe they experienced them on another channel or something like that and subbed and may or may not ever look at one of their videos ever again. But there's a core statue collecting community. I think I've got those. And so I'm happy to stick with my 12,000.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, I mean, whenever I first started getting the following, I was like, I wanted to set a goal for myself. I really wanted to get to 100K. I want to get that plaque. I would like to get that YouTube plaque.
Mm-hmm.
And then my wife said, well, what happens after that? Are you going to quit the channel? I'm like, well, probably not. I'd still love doing this. I just love I just love all of it. But for what you just said, the best part, and I don't know if you saw my post yesterday. I made a post of all the people that I've met this year.
I saw that.
And that was it was just, that made it so much fun getting to go to the cons and hanging out with you guys. And like, that was the absolute best part of this year of collecting. And like, that's one of my favorite part about the collectors that are here now is that if I ever get to 100K, just like you said, or whatever, I know that not all of them are going to be hardcore collectors. So I know that this core group, all these people that are in the chat right now, like these are the hardcore guys and girls that are, the true collectors that love doing this stuff, that love being part of this community. And that's the best part of it. Like, that's why I like to do this, is because it's fun for me. It's an escape from my real life. The job that I have is pretty stressful in real life. So I like to do this. I like to escape out of it. And I really like to hang out with all of you guys and, just be part of this community. So I think, you're exactly right. It's like this littler group, it's like that, that they're the hardcore people. And sometimes whenever you get, I look at channels with, 2 million people, like, well, it's just so random. Like at that point, it's just so random of who's all there. But Dylan says, I'm like Jeff. I only do videos of new things. I don't feel like I need to do videos all the time. And that's the thing is, let's like just people sharing what they love. And that's the great thing about social media or YouTube. You can put out whatever you want at whatever rate you want. And that's what's fun. Let's see. Leo says, when your average 1/3 scale reaches 3K and shipping costs stay where they are now or increase, I'm out. I hope these companies don't kill this hobby with their pricing. It can happen. I think we're already starting to see some of that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Somebody brought up in the group yesterday, I think it was, and I don't know if it's an official answer. I kind of get the feeling it is, but I don't know if you caught the comment about, or Jim's video. He did a reaction video about the next level part 2. All the pieces coming out, and he brought up the quarter scale stuff and basically mentions that the other Warner Brothers or whoever is clearly giving out the quarter scale license, not just to Sideshow anymore, but to everybody. What do you guys think about that? If that's true, maybe that's why we're seeing so much quarter. Do you think that that's the main thing we'll see from everybody going on out?
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, because they're going to want to make money off of that, their investment. So, and, it doesn't, like we talked about, we don't know if Sideshow's how much they're going to continue to put out. So, I mean, why should Warner Brothers just let them sit on it
Right.
and keep it, these other companies?
But do we know if all that Prime 1 stuff is North America part of that license? Because all that stuff that XM has put out recently that's been DC quarter scale, they put out a email or a post on Facebook recently, and it showed new European quarter scale DC license.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I'm anxious to find out more, because again, if they are just willy-nilly giving it out to everybody, I mean, that definitely changes things. And maybe again, that's why we, might not. I don't know. Maybe we won't see as much from Sideshow. But again, definitely, if you haven't checked out Jeff's video about the 12 days of Sideshow, this is a great video.
Thank you.
I love that you put all that, I mean, you counted all those statues. I mean, it was a big number. Was it 30, 40 some? I can't remember.
31, but that didn't include 1/6 scale. So probably more like in the 40s. Total.
Yeah.
I'm still curious how that matches up to previous years. If it's
Yeah, I didn't go back.
close to it.
It would be interesting. But to think that they're putting out a pre-order every 11 or 12 days, that's significant.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, I was really. I mean, like I said, just definitely check out the video. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it was just really telling, because I'm like, it didn't seem like it was that many, but clearly it was a lot.
Yeah.
And so again, I'm somebody that, like I said in my video, I'm really optimistic that for whatever reason of the 12 days that it didn't happen, I'm still rooting for Sideshow, because they still put out incredible product at an incredible price point compared to what the other companies are doing. And
even if we're upset about some of the departures, like I'm not happy that Matt Black left.
Neither am I.
But I bet we're going to see several more Matt Black pieces out of Sideshow.
I hope so. Again, that bat bike was his.
There was a piece a few months ago, I can't remember what it was, that had Igo's name on it.
Yeah.
He's been gone a couple of years. So we're still going to get some more Matt Black, I think.
Yeah, I mean, talking with these artists behind the scenes and stuff, it's like some of these pieces are in development for like 5 years or whatever. And so I was the same way. I'm like, well, Dave's been with Tweeterhead for a couple of years now. It's like, it's crazy to think that he was still at Sideshow when this was still being worked on, but it just takes a long time to develop sometimes.
And from what I hear, Warner Brothers just takes forever with approvals.
Yeah. And I think especially likenesses when it comes to movie pieces and stuff, which is maybe why we haven't seen that bat bike. Maybe that was not final yet.
Right.
So I don't know. Let me get caught up here. Brad said, Jeff, your channel is awesome. It is taking my cooking to the next level. You keep sharing recipes. You keep sharing recipes. I'll keep watching.
Brad, there's a souffle coming up tomorrow. You're going to dig.
I love it. Nelson, thank you very much. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you guys very much. We're at 192. We are getting real close.
I've got 194.
There it just jumped up to 195 on my end. So if we get, like I said, if I see 200 on my end, we're going to live pre-order something tonight. I don't know. I'm debating. I'm finalizing 2 picks. You guys are gonna have to help me figure out which one to get.
All right.
We're gonna make you update your spreadsheet tonight. Speaking
of that, I wanted to get your opinion on this. So I talked about it in my pre-order video. I'll put up the graphic here. Let's see. This piece right here. This is $3,000. It is 1/3 scale. Do you guys like this better? Or do you guys like the life-size bust better of her from Infinity?
That one, 100%.
Okay, so Matt says this one 100%.
The bike.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Same. Bike
across the board?
Yep.
Yeah.
So even if I have the Dark Knight Joker bust, and I have, let's say, the Dark Knight Bale Batman when they come out with that one.
That's perfect right there.
You think it's just, I just leave it at that? What if they have a come out with a Bane or a Two-Face? It's like, would I kick myself not getting the Catwoman? I just don't know what to do on that Catwoman, because I think she looks great. we got photos of her here in just a bit, but I mean that still is a great looking piece. And again,
it's phenomenal.
It's
if I could
third
afford
scale.
that one, I would totally get it myself.
I just think that's a little cooler than the bust. But
Right.
I agree.
You don't see too many characters on a bike like that, especially that type of bike where, it's not bulky, it's just a sleek bike with the turrets in the front. It's a unique pose. It reminds me like the Michelle Pfeiffer Tweeterhead did, just for the Dark Knight series instead.
Yeah. And it's quarter. And then here's another thing, though. They have said they're going to do the same bike with Batman on it.
That'd be cool.
Looks like we're over 200, Ryan said.
I got 212 showing right now. 212. So that means it's a live pre-order. Okay. Let me get
Wallet's
this
burning.
Wallet is burning. I want to give let me do this real quick here. $9.99 super chat from Fatal. Thank you very much, Fatal. You'll get it, BSC. This hobby is very niche, so it's hard. Oh, I think he's talking about the 100K. It's harder to grow. I've seen channels grow 10K in one day. Many criticize collectors for wanting to grow their channel. The more people, the more fun. I mean, the thing is that I don't know. To me, it's been important because I've seen the community grow massively in the 6 years that I've been doing this. I'm sure, Jeff, you have too.
Yeah.
It was just a very small group of people. And the thing that I love the most is, outside of meeting everybody and being part of the community, I love seeing new collectors come in and say, like, I don't know if you get messages daily, Jeff, but I get messages daily of people saying, thank you. I became a collector because of your channel, or I got this piece because I saw your review. And like, that means a lot to me, because I'm like, well, I want other people to share in this too, because this is fun.
Sure.
To be able to see this stuff in real life, because there are so many people that just don't get it, or they don't ever think that they can have something like this in their collection. But I tell people all the time, just don't give up, just keep trying. And so I agree with Fatal. It's like, I like the idea of growing the community as big as we possibly can, whether it's through this channel or through social media or wherever. But if we didn't have it, if we didn't have social media about statues, I don't know if I would have ever found Sideshow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have a local comic book shop. I don't know if and even my local places, they don't carry Sideshow stuff. So I don't know. I'm thankful for YouTube. And I think that's how I first found out about stuff. Was like Bruce Campbell's Chin back in the day, doing stuff from Australia. So I'm glad the community continues to grow. Okay. So now I've got to decide between two. So the two that I'm going to pre-order one. I'm either going to order the Lieber Mayho Catwoman, or the Vampirilla.
Ooh, that's a tough choice.
So I want everybody to chime in here in the chat, but I also want to see everybody chime in on in the live chat as well. What do you guys think? Vampirilla? So I'm going to go to Prime One's website here. What do you guys think? Again, the Vampirilla one's tough because I don't have necessarily a spot picked out for her yet. I don't know. She doesn't fit in my collection.
You
Catwoman would.
You always sell the pieces that don't fit in your collection.
Oh, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
My question to you would be, is there a chance to get Vampirilla later, as Catwoman is low stock currently?
Well, let's look at that.
She comes out end of the year, where Catwoman's supposedly coming out this summer.
That's a good point.
And a lot of Catwomans in the chat.
Saw a lot of Vampirillas fly through too.
All right, Vampirilla is let's see, no ES announced yet.
Nope, she's October to January,
and she's $1,600. Let's see. Let me just highlight what everybody's saying. So Theodore says Vampirilla. Borcube 1 of this is where I found out. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Borcube 1 of 2. Catwoman easily. Catwoman. Vampirilla. Catwoman. Because that's another good point. I have Batman Damned. I've got Joker. This would complete the trio. Vampirilla, Catwoman, Vampirilla, Catwoman, Vampirilla. You found your channel from my brother-in-law that found a room tour you posted, no audio, just video. That's awesome. I'm glad you found us. Salina, Vamp. Neither Chris, save it. Catwoman, no Vamp. Vampirilla, Catwoman. You think it's about 50-50?
It's pretty close.
Close.
Yep.
Which is typical.
Those are two amazing pieces.
Oh, it's a lot of Catwoman.
Yeah, it's a lot of Catwoman. I think people realize it fits my collection, you know.
Right.
That's the logical choice.
Brad says I should go with a meat lover's deep dish. That sounds delicious.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
I put on way too much weight this holiday season, so tomorrow it's day one for.
Doesn't count the past 2 weeks, right?
No, I know.
I'm going with day after tomorrow.
Day after. Maybe I should do that too. Maybe
Tomorrow's recovery day.
Yeah, maybe Thursday. Oh, yeah, I've got to get back on the wagon.
Tomorrow's Disneyland. I'm not going to diet at Disneyland.
Oh, there you go.
No way.
Okay, so one of the things I was looking forward to most, and some of you that are watching right now, you might know this, but my Disneyland trip got canceled because of Southwest. We were supposed to be there all week, and Southwest canceled my flight. We couldn't get flights there or back because of the craziness. So, do you like pot roast?
Sure.
All right, so there's something I need you to eat for me then tomorrow. It's at the Red Rose Tavern.
Yes.
And it's got like these French fry things with pot roast on top and gravy. It's like a poutine. And
That's exactly what it is.
Pickled onions.
I've had it before.
And it's my favorite thing. I had it a number of years ago, and then they got rid of it. And I had it like 3 times while I was there. So you have to eat that for me tomorrow.
So here's the deal on that. You need to go to Canada.
Oh, I know.
Because the poutine I have in British Columbia is 10 times better than what you get at Disneyland. I had it once. The portion seemed kind of small to me, and it was fine, but it did not compare to what I get in British Columbia.
Well, there's when we go to Epcot, which is my favorite park, they have in the Canadian Pavilion, they have something called the refreshment port, and it's this little stand, but they always have poutine there.
Yeah,
and so it's always so good. But I've never been to Canada, so that's definitely on my bucket list to try that. That would be awesome.
I love Canada.
So anyway, I was like, that was the one thing I was looking forward to eating while I was there. But
yeah, well, we go pretty cheap when it comes to food. Excuse me, at Disneyland.
Yeah.
I usually just go to the Jolly Holiday Bakery.
Yeah.
And I'll get they have that grilled cheese and tomato soup combo.
Oh yeah.
Very often they'll do a special where they'll stuff it with pulled pork or something.
That's cool.
So I'll do that. Or if we're over in California Adventure, there's a pizza and pasta place that we like.
That's awesome. That's the thing about Disneyland is the food is way better in Disneyland than Florida.
Oh, really? Because
everybody's local. So they have to have better food so people will buy it, whereas in Florida, people are, coming and going so much more that are not local that the food doesn't have to be as good.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
I'm going on my first trip there in 2
well,
months.
you hit me up because I'll tell you all the best places to go.
Awesome.
Because we've tried just about everywhere. And there's a lot, there's like a top 10 of our favorites that I can recommend. Another $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Would you guys again? I'll get to the live pre-order here in just a second, guys. Would you say collectors are happier during the chase, the reveal showcase, production photos, anticipation for shipping, and after unboxing? It's appreciated for a few days before focus is shifted to the next thing. Just speaking for myself, it is that reveal. It is that showcase. It is that what's coming out. That is the biggest thing for me, because then I start thinking, ooh, I really want that, or ooh, should I get that, or ooh, I can't wait to add that to my collection. I feel like that's the best part for me than waiting and getting it in even. What do you guys think? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely not the anticipation for shipping. That's for sure.
That's the most exciting part. It's going to cost me $500.
Yeah, that's what makes me not want to order, and seeing all these delays and seeing that things are going to take a year and a half to ship. And that's the one thing that bums me out, that we didn't get the 12 days of Sideshow. Sideshow's like still like one of the main companies that actually puts out pieces on it, you know,
Yeah, I
without
agree.
waiting a long amount of time to receive it. So
Yep, I agree. How about the rest of you guys? I mean, what's your happiest part of the whole collecting experience? Is it
I think it goes up and
anticipation?
down.
what about the unboxing? I would say once you get it. Yeah, well, he has the unboxing, right? Yeah, maybe the unboxing.
But it's the unboxings for me are kind of stressful because I'm doing them live.
Yeah, that would stress me out.
So I mean,
certain ones not as much, but like Prime 1 statues that I've had breakages in the past, those ones make me nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
like sideshow pieces or like Tweeterhead pieces, those are usually really easy to put together. There's not a lot of parts.
Yep.
But like that damn Grim Knight or trying to put the bats on the Hush Batcave, like I don't know, that takes away from the enjoyment, I think, a little bit.
For me, it's the reveal, and it's when the review's done and I found a space for her or him.
Jeff does like the ladies.
And it's on the shelf, and I can appreciate it while I'm sitting watching TV. I'm looking at Red Sonja right now and Black Canary, and those are pieces I've had for a while now, and I have absolutely no intention of parting with them at any time in the near future.
Well, there you go. How about you, Jeff? What's your most exciting part of all this?
I think when I see the first pictures or video of something that I've ordered, and you're looking at it thinking, please don't be a turd, please don't be a turd.
Oh, so the first reveal of the production piece.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Chris, you got a super chat. Oh, there you
I
go.
just see that. $10. Ryan, or is there an older Batman piece you haven't pre-ordered, but always wanted? Vampirilla does not fit your collection, and if you like the Bermejo piece, you would have ordered it already. So the reason I haven't ordered the Bermejo piece is because I was hoping for a Hush Catwoman. We've been teased a Hush Catwoman, and we've actually got a Hush Catwoman, but it's part of a Batman Diehl. And we still don't know if we're going to get an individual Hush Catwoman. So the reason why I'm looking at the Bermejo piece is I have liked her since the first day, but if it came down to an individual Hush, I would have preferred her. With that said, and we haven't seen a teaser for her individually, we're at least 3 to 4 years out for her.
Yeah.
So I might as well enjoy the Bermejo Catwoman now. I want a comic book piece that's not our. So
even that Diehl, we don't know if it's going to be a quarter scale or not, because they are doing the quarter scale Hush pieces too.
Correct.
So that's the logical choice. It's a low edition size, and it's almost sold out. So
it is waitlisted at Sideshow as well.
Yeah, and that's why I was looking at Prime 1. So let me. I was in Vampirilla. Let me go into.
I mean, I have her on pre-order as well. It's going to be my pick.
So to go back to the other super chat question, something I was thinking of is the original announcements though of the pieces when we see that reveal show, especially like Prime 1s being so large. I find that to be extremely exciting, but also stressful part of the hobby. Because then I start saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. Then I realize, oh, these are all $1,500 pieces.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just logging in here to my account. All right, so she. Let me see. I don't love the Prime 1 website.
Are you going to go for the bonus version, like the one that has the unmasked portrait?
Yes. The regular version only has the one portrait, I think with the goggles down. What did you order? Did you order the bonus?
Yeah, I did the bonus through Prime 1, and the standard shipping actually wasn't that much more money than the economy, and I did the standard shipping. I don't know what it is today, but
the limited edition of 300. Low stock on her. So I am I'm gonna order Catwoman. That's not saying I won't order Vampirilla, but I think I'm gonna agree with what you guys have said is like I still have more time for her, and make sure that she's gonna fit. I think at that point I'll also have a better idea of how the bunker is gonna be set up.
Yeah.
You know, I envision her kind of maybe being like where my desk is or something like that, where she's kind of separate from all the other stuff. But I think I've got to go Catwoman. I think that's the best choice for me. So I'm gonna go in right now. And
she's their first third scale comic based piece, isn't it?
what do you mean?
For Catwoman, Prime One never did a comic based Catwoman prior, did they?
No, this is her first one, other than the Arkham.
Yeah.
She's supposed to come out March to June. Oh, let me see.
Or you can go for the 1/3 Deja Thoris.
No, it's not letting me add it to the cart.
I wonder why.
Oh,
Don't know. Let me
Did you
try
already have
again.
that in your cart?
Doesn't show anything. Says I agree to the terms and I go to pre-order. There it goes.
Oh, we should have did like Jeff always says, the link swaps.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, I've got 2898 points. I wonder if what does that do? That took out $20, $28.
Let me know what shipping says between the two, the economy and standard. Curious if it's the same
It's showing 160.
for economy.
It's not letting me have the option yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold, please.
Eric, you ordered that Deja Thoris, didn't you?
No, it was close. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
It was
what the hell you are.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that here in a bit.
Those production photos look so good. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Economy is 160. Standard shipping's 232.
What was
not the difference?
So standard's 232? Yeah, that's not bad.
232.
Okay, I think that's what I went for as well. Now I ordered her like 2 months ago. So
Nice.
Oh, look at Rapture 724's comment.
Big Bad Toy Store has the bonus, and shipping is only $4. I don't have anything against them at all, but it takes a lot longer to get their stuff in. And so I would rather go through Prime One and get it on time.
But you do have sales tax on top of that
That is true.
when you order through them.
Whereas you don't have that if you order through Prime One. So that's why I'm ordering through Prime One.
Slow to ship stuff out.
Yeah. And again, it's not nothing against them if you're patient, but again, doing a YouTube channel, I like to get stuff as soon as I can, to add it to my collection without having to wait an extra 3 or 4 months. And that's just me. All right, now I gotta try to remember my PayPal password. Take months.
Oh, Dylan says he never has sales tax from BBTS.
Wonder why.
I don't know. Maybe they only charge sales tax for states that they have a presence in.
It could be.
Some companies do that.
Sorry, I've got to reset my password now. Tried too many times. You guys hate passwords.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I got a topic I can bring up while you're messing with that.
Go for it.
Okay. Someone in the chat mentioned earlier they weren't looking forward to January because they had to figure out their tax thing because of this thing with the IRS PayPal or Venmo or whoever's sending 1099s for stuff you sell on eBay.
Yeah.
He needs to know that they delayed that for a year. So that's not happening this year. So your taxes are going to be just the same this year as they were last year. Next year, you may get 1099 if you sell more than $600 on eBay or some other Etsy or some other sites.
And that's going to be everybody.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
at some point. Oh, for Pete's sakes.
It doesn't affect me because I have a small business set up, so I'm already reporting everything. So IRS already knows what I'm buying and selling.
Well, that's
There's a list of. There's quite a few states where they charge sales tax from their website.
I think we do.
Do they charge it for California? They probably do.
Yes,
Okay.
they do
Really?
for Tennessee.
You only get taxed again if you make a profit, correct? That's what I think we talked about once before.
I think it depends on whether or not you have a small business set up. I don't know what the rules are if you don't, because I don't know how you would report what you paid for it if you're not a small business reporting the acquisition of inventory, which is what, if I buy a statue from Sideshow for $600, that's new inventory into my small business. If I then sell it for $700, then yes, I pay capital gains on the profit only. I'm not sure if that's true if you're just an individual filing your taxes or not.
It's definitely going to be something interesting to follow. All right, sorry, I have to click all the buses.
Yeah, I avoided it last year, but this year they requested I had to put in my social security or some type of info. They wouldn't let me get into my account unless I did that.
Right.
Now this is becoming an epic fail here. Let me see if I can try to order it on my phone. I just reset my password and it won't log me in with the new password. So let's see. Ronaldo says, "Hi, Chris and everyone in Rogues Gallery. I just want to make you aware of a lot of items might take forever to get made or shipped in China. With China, major COVID-19 lockdowns, scary for me to pre-order items now. I am hearing about that where they're, everything's really ramping back up again. Record number cases of the variant. So yes, I mean, that will 100% affect, I don't know. I mean, don't you guys see delays? I mean, I don't think it's going to be anything new that we haven't experienced already. Although I do feel like here lately, stuff has been pumping out. I mean, people have been getting stuff in, but I think as long as stuff like this continues to go on, which they say are going to happen forever now. I mean, it's just I feel like we're always going to have delays. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't see it being any better than it has been. Hopefully it doesn't get worse. As far as delays and shipping timeframes, the timeframes seem to be longer, though, from the get-go now, I think, than they were.
The windows certainly seem to be bigger. Sometimes Sideshow will have a 4-month window instead of the old 2-month window.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get logged into my phone. All right, I'm in there. Let's see. Maybe the statue gods are trying to tell you to buy Batman versus Joker Dragon. that thing looks good though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
That was a previous live PO, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah. I canceled that one. And
I would pick that one over
where...
Catwoman or Vampirella.
Say that again.
I would order that over Catwoman or Vampirella. I think that thing just looks crazy.
It does. It just I don't have the connection to it though. And I love Catwoman. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough one, but I agree with you, Jeff. I mean, it turned out great.
I'd like another cat. I would like a Catwoman, but I don't like that Catwoman.
The Bermejo?
No. Hate the suit. Hate the hat. It reminds me of one of those ear flap hats kids in the 50s wore.
I can see that. To me, it reminds me of like this like Adam Hughes' art. I really like the. I don't know. It's one of those pieces that really grew on me.
Yeah, same here. It's different. It also, you get a little bit more texture other than that high gloss, leather suit,
which can be really boring. If it's
Yeah.
just that's the problem with Catwoman is that it's just that black suit. It just gets lost in your collection. It's just super. I mean, even if it is textured, I mean, I might get it in and it might be boring.
Chris, you don't have to do the live pre-order.
Well, I said I was going to do a live pre-order, and by God, I'm going to do a live pre-order.
Just saying.
I know. There it is. It's in my cart. Proceed to checkout. Now let me see if I can get logged in. Now, if I can't get logged in, maybe it's a sign. I don't know, but I'm all right. Ship to that address. Shipping information. Payment. I always pay through PayPal. All right, now here's the real thing. Will it let me in?
That's why I was wondering, somebody in the chat just mentioned that they need to do the animated series because the suit is gray. And I wondered if dropped my ear thing. Sorry, if the Phantasm set, if that Catwoman will be solid black or if she'll have some variation of color.
Maybe so. All right, so it's locked me out
again.
So I'll see. I'll keep checking as we go. So I don't know. Do you guys want to look at photos?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do that, and then I'll check in at the end of the show and see if I can get in or not. But we'll look at photos. We have over 100 photos to look at tonight. And again, I wanted to do it tonight because our next show on the 11th is going to be the Batsy Awards. I have special guests appearing on that show. I've got some stuff coming in, so I've been working on that. But we won't be looking at photos that night. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to look at some of those. So let's do that. We'll start with this guy. This is the J&D Superman 1/3 scale. Obviously, anytime a J&D piece, it sells out pretty much instantly. It's said that that's mostly retailers.
Yeah, because you can still buy it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sells out, but it sells out to people, companies that are going to resell it for everyone. What do you guys think about this one? It's over $3,000.
No, it's 2,600, and if you want the extra portrait, that's another 800.
So it puts it over $3,000 if you buy the extra torso or extra bust, basically.
Yeah. Actually, I think Todd is selling it for $2,850 with free shipping.
Okay.
Without the bust.
Without the bust.
Yeah, with the option to buy the bust.
And the bust features the angry portrait.
Yeah, the heat vision portrait.
Yeah.
Should I express my opinion?
I would love to. Yes, please.
You can't really tell on these pics because it's not really a close-up of the portrait, and Dan expressed the same idea. I think he looks a little gaunt, a little sickly, and a little old. I did a, left or right post on my Facebook group yesterday of this, comparing it to the black costume Justice League 1/3 Prime 1 statue. I know, there's no doubt about it that this piece looks more realistic. It looks more like a real person, but it does not, to me, look enough like Henry Cavill. I think the face is too narrow. He doesn't look healthy. He looks a little bit sickly or something. I don't know. It's not working for me. Other than that, it's fine. I have no problem with the body sculpt, but the portrait is not working for me.
I feel like the muscles are a little too pronounced or something.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's supposed to be his physique with a tight costume or if it's supposed to be a padded costume or what.
I agree with you on the portrait. I feel like there's some people like, who is that supposed to be? I think you could tell it's Henry Cavill.
I do too.
But I agree. I feel like he just, which I think is what a lot of their pieces suffer from, is that it just ages all the men. Not necessarily the women. I think the women, I don't feel like it does that. But the women,
the Christian Bale looked really old.
He did
to me, and thin.
Yeah.
Do you think that's maybe some, like you said, gaunt? Do you feel like it's maybe partially because they can't do as much of the paint on their face since it's silicone? Maybe that fleshes them out a little bit.
Maybe. Excuse me. Maybe. I don't know. I just feel like his face is also just too narrow. Like the sculpt is too narrow.
You can get it in red or black, which I think is nice.
It is. It's good to have the option. Queen Studios is doing that 1/3 Cavill, but they're only offering it the black costume. I'd like to see theirs in the blue.
What are people in the chat saying about this one?
One person said 7 out of 10.
Young Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, Fatal says he looks like he was axed from DC. Yeah. Odin 01 says the portrait is quite strong for him.
Here we have the angry portrait.
I think that one's farther off than the original.
Yeah, I agree.
I did feel like it looked good from certain angles, but again, I mean, this is $3,000.
$3,000 needs to be on point.
When you have two portraits, I mean, again, that if you add that portrait, it's over $3,000.
The thing that's really bothering me is on, especially the blue variant or version, is the shading on it looks very animated or like cell shading.
Yeah.
It's too harsh of a dark to a light.
It's almost like a comic book.
Yes.
Shading.
Which doesn't give it the movie realness to me.
Are these the photos that they released, or are these the leaked photos? I can't remember.
You know what? That's another problem I have, is that a lot of the photos I'm seeing just feel like they're video screen captures.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing really high quality photos of this piece.
Yeah, I was really surprised also because, again, you would think that they would want to show it as best as they possibly can. This is a screen grab.
Yeah, for sure.
And this was off their teaser. But yeah, not a lot of high quality images.
That image is too dark background.
Which always makes me nervous whenever a company shows everything in dark.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it's like, what are you hiding?
Is the body of this going to be polystone, or is it fabric, or how are they going to do that suit?
I think it's fabric. The bust does come. The bust does come with the fists, so I wanted to note of that. But anyway, that's Superman. Again, I just feel like it's super overpriced.
I feel like there's like that picture to look. That's a good picture.
Yeah, I think it's the best picture of him.
But it's almost like when you look straight on at his face, it's like really narrow.
He looks, look
Yeah,
at his face skinnier there. I don't know. I like what J&D's trying to do. I just feel like their prices just are really high for what they are. For not being more perfect, I guess.
Well, we'll all get hate comments now because we're the
Yeah.
J&D haters. So
Yeah, we will.
Yep.
there'll be we've given some YouTubers material for the next 3 weeks. So
Yes, we have.
That's okay.
Yep, we love them too.
It's all still art, though. Everybody likes what they like.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's all subjective. I think whenever I say I don't like something, it is because I feel like the value is not there. There might be pieces that I spend money on that other people might think the value is not there. Maybe the money I spent on the bat bike from XM, they're like, well, I don't see the value there. Well, again, that's just my opinion. I feel like I want J&D to succeed, and I want them to continue to get better. And people that have them in hand, I've heard both things. Some people swear by them. Some people got that Joker in and like, I don't like it in hand. I'm going to sell it because it doesn't look anything like Heath Ledger. And so I've
feel
heard
like there's just better options for this guy.
Right.
Yeah, for me, it's not a value proposition. I would say the same thing if this was $1,000.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't do a good enough job of representing not only Cavill but Superman. To me, Superman is I don't know. He's a young man. He's an adult, of course, but this looks too old to be my representation of Superman, and he doesn't look strong enough. He looks sickly to me.
Yeah, I
Looks
agree.
like he needs some sunshine.
Yeah.
Let's move on to this. I thought this was really awesome. This is production, guys, of the In Art Joker, 6 scale. Just some example of the paintwork on it. Pretty awesome. Isn't that cool
I
with the
thought this
paint?
was Thing from the Wednesday show.
Are those polystone hands or?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not for a 6 scale.
Not on the figure. I don't know what they are.
Oh, it's their
but
figure. Okay.
I would assume it's plastic, but I mean, it's this is the 6 scale In Art Joker. Thought it was cool.
I know typically the hands are a softer material than what the body is made out of.
Kind of, it's like a little bit more pliable.
Yeah. To hold the accessories and things.
Yeah. Let's talk about my Harley. So these are some production photos. This has received a ton of hate this week. This is a $4,000 piece. I showed this to my wife yesterday. I said, "What do you think?" And she said, "That's awful." She holds no punches to this kind of stuff. She doesn't ever try to sugarcoat anything. Much to my chagrin, I'm like, "Can you just pretend like you like it?" What do you guys think?
It doesn't look too far off from the prototype that I remember without seeing it side by side.
I feel like I agree. I feel like it lost a little something. One thing that I really hate. What?
Wonk-eyed looking.
Do the eyes move on this one?
No. They're all individually done though. I mean, they're all glass eyes.
It looks different there.
The one thing I don't like is that her hair is way too long.
Yeah.
Her hair should be like to her wrist. Even the prototype
it just barely hits shoulders and flips out.
So I mean, that's something you could probably just cut if you wanted to.
Expensive. You start tampering with.
I don't want to cut it. That's not. I'm saying like I don't want to cut it, but I'm hoping that they do.
That's something that you could do with a razor. Do not do that with scissors because it will. I guarantee that's synthetic hair, and it will. It won't cut like you think it will.
Stray out.
How much longer do you think it is? Because it looks like maybe you can put the pigtails up a little bit higher? Maybe on her head. I don't know.
I don't know, but it should be only to her shoulders.
Oh, that's a lot then. All right.
Yeah.
It's way longer than the prototype, so I don't know why they did that. What do you guys think of the likeness? I mean, are you guys with everybody else and think it looks awful, or do you think it looks still pretty close? I know Matt said he thinks it still looks pretty close.
Well, pretty
It's
close
not
to like
looking good to me.
her, not necessarily, but to the prototype, yes. I mean, the prototype I thought from the get-go was slightly off, but it's also not terrible, as I hear everybody saying. But that's just
I would need to see the pictures again because I feel like the prototype was looking good compared to this.
So you feel like it's a
Some of
downgrade?
the pictures looks.
Yeah, this looks bad.
This picture looks a little closer, I think. She almost seems too angular. Like her features seem very sharp.
Some people thought her eyebrows looked a little bit higher up.
Yeah, I can
Which
see that.
could be.
something about her hair, like where the pigtails have the clips on them. That's bothering me.
Yeah, they're a little droopy.
Looks
They
like the hair's
should
not even
be
being filled
up a
tight
little
enough
bit.
either.
You know, I always think about like how bad the Tom Holland hair looked on that Queen Studios piece until somebody came in and did it right. It could be an example of this. I mean, it could be that, you know, you just need to keep messing with it until it looks right.
I don't want to mess with that.
I don't either.
But that looks like it needs a good 5 inches cut off of those ponytails.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
And up a little more on the round of her head.
Yeah.
The question is,
What about
do
the
I
fade?
keep this? Do I keep my pre-order?
It's a lot of money if you're not happy with it.
And that's the thing. It's like, I don't know if I'll be happy with it.
I think you need to see more photos.
I'm hoping that there'll be some reviews out there. You know, and because I mean, I ordered from Sideshow, so that would give me, you know, probably a 3-month buffer. And Lord knows it'll be delayed 5 more times. Which the Heath Ledger Joker just was.
The biggest problem is there's such large deposits for these kind of pieces.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I think I'd sit on it till you get a delay. And
Worst
then you
case,
could get out of
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Worst case, I would get it in, just sell it after the fact. There's going to be somebody who's looking for this. You can still enjoy it for a time and move on afterwards.
I can't see the chat. What are people saying in the chat about this one? Do they feel like it's a big downgrade, or do they feel like it's still pretty close to what the prototype was?
Most of them are negative, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder if these things like this are, do you need to see it in person to see how it actually looks? But most of the time from pictures and video, I could tell if I'm going to like something or not.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see the prototype pics again.
I mean, the prototype does look better.
Okay.
But I don't feel like it's. I don't feel like
Paula thinks it looks great. So she's kind of a Harley.
She is. And I still don't know how I feel about busts. I think that's part of my problem. And again, it's $4,000. I mean, it's a lot of freaking money.
Yeah.
Which is just insane. So I don't know. Let's move on to this one. This is what we talked about earlier. To me, there's no question about likeness. I think this is spot on.
Yeah, that looks really good.
That one's done very well.
It's, you know, I mean, there is no question here that this is Anne Hathaway, that it looks phenomenal. This is, again, production. I don't like the unmasked portrait as much.
Right.
I just feel like it's kind of dead a little bit looking. But I love the, you know, that. I mean, that's how I would display it.
Yeah.
But you guys all still feel like the Bat Bike is the better piece.
I feel like the Bat Bike fits your overall collection better.
I think I would be happier with the bike version, but I feel like that for those you need to have like a walkway where you can have those pieces set up and have them all together, so it's kind of a dedicated museum-esque kind of feel.
That would be cool.
Chris is getting both out of the question.
Yeah, what if you canceled Harley?
No, I mean both of the Hathaways.
Yeah, I'm saying cancel Harley and just get.
I would
bus
say
and the bike.
I would say it's not out of the question. I've considered doing like a, just a Dark Knight movie wall, that sort of thing. Having the Bat bike, having her, having Ledger Joker, having the Queen Studios Joker, the Bat Dark Knight bust if I want to get that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's out of the question. I think it would look amazing all together.
Yeah.
But see, now this one is really easy for all of us to look at it and go, that looks pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not, there's no iffy ground.
Right. Yeah, there's no question. This is Hathaway.
I mean, I've always liked the way smaller scale statues look next to a bust. So I think it would make a cool looking display to have the bust and the third scale like under it or like next to it. Be pretty cool.
I bet that likeness will be just as good on the Bat Pod as well.
Yeah. But again, the two of them, that's $7,000. It's a lot of money, guys.
Well, but like Eric said, cancel that Harley.
Well,
yeah, I'm going by the chat. Somebody else brought up a good point. It went by so fast. I don't know who said it. Those bike pieces are hard to display too because it takes up horizontal room, and then you don't have much height above it. So keep that in consideration where you're going to put it.
And that's why I've considered canceling the bike is because you can only really display it from one good angle.
Well, you know what would be really cool?
Or if you pair it with the bust.
That's what I'm thinking. That if you have the bust on a riser.
Oh yeah.
Behind
her behind it.
Yeah, and put the bike like right
in front.
In front of it.
That'd be nice.
With an autographed picture of Anne Hathaway.
It's like a shrine.
Little shrine Anne Hathaway. My little Princess Diaries shrine.
Mm-hmm. There's worse things.
Yeah. I just feel like she looks great.
That looks awesome.
We'll move on. This is just threw in some collector photos here. I thought this looked really awesome. We were talking about the dragon with Batman earlier. And this is kind of what he looks like with some of the other Dark Knight's metal pieces, and they all look so good together. Really impressive.
Yeah, it's a cool piece.
That's a really fun lineup.
Yeah, they've all just
and they're
turned
all
out so nice.
Different.
Yeah.
And you look at the color, and every one of them's a little different.
But they all work together.
Yeah.
That one's nice because Batman being all black, like Jeff was saying, that the color of the dragon just makes him pop still.
Yeah.
And I love that the metallic bluish tint of that armor.
Yeah. I know there was some controversy a while ago about it being purplish, but it's not really. But it looks good. Kind of a blue-gray. Have you guys seen this photo?
Yeah.
So this is a new Prime 1 piece. It's a
Terminator 2.
Yeah, Terminator 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, should be cool.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
It's the exoskeleton at the end when all of his skin is gone.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. I thought it was one of those Star Wars droids at first.
Roger.
The big tall one from Rogue One.
Yeah. Hello. Here's Jeff Delaney's future statue.
I don't know if that's true or not.
We were talking in our private chat about this one. Man, I think this one turned out really great.
Yeah.
Deja Thoris, 1/3 scale from PCS has started to ship. Not for the faint of heart. not for everybody's collection for sure.
Right.
Eric, you gonna be adding this one?
No,
Oh, hell no.
I'm over it now, but at the time it was tempting.
Man, your comment was hilarious. Or maybe your wife's comment. I
Your
guess I should
wife's
say.
comment.
Yeah, your wife's comment was fantastic. I wish I could have been in the room to see that.
I was trying to make like the argument that it could be considered art. It's like the female, like a Renaissance type piece from the old days, like the naked body. It's art.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sent it to my wife saying, "Hey, I just ordered this. Like I forget what I said. I said something along the lines of, "Hey, I'm thinking of ordering this Renaissance art statue," and I sent her the picture, and she commented back, "The hell you are," with an angry face next to it.
But yeah, she turns out really good. I mean, what's the likelihood, Jeff, of you getting this one?
Here's the scenario that I envision. Like you, Chris,
Yep.
I have that education discount at Sideshow for in-stock items,
Yes.
which is 15%. Sideshow has, in my mind, changed their strategy for releasing pieces where when an item comes in, like, for example, Mythos Vader or a few others recently, the Crow is another example, they ship out to the people who pre-ordered it, but it doesn't show as in stock
Right.
Mhm.
for a long time.
For a long time.
So I'm kind of thinking if this comes into stock and I can get it for 15% off, it's more likely. If it goes on to seconds and I'm getting it for 15 off of 15, that's going to be really hard to pass up.
Yep.
But I have not talked to the wife.
Yeah. And this could easily become a Talley Al Ghul for me.
Yeah. I think it's 36.5 inches tall to the top of that tusk.
Yeah, that Guru, what's his name? Guy's name? Guru.
That's a
thing
big
is
piece.
big statue. So her next to him, wow, he's huge.
Yeah, she's going to be.
huge.
Yeah, it's a big piece.
I saw the proto of this at Monster Palooza, and it does have a lot of presence. It's a really nice piece.
Yeah, it's nice.
Do you have the picture of it where it's like on the guy's table, like the coffee table?
I'm not sure if I have that one. Let me. No.
So it has a big presence to it. It definitely stands out in the collection.
Yeah, it's nice.
Mm-hmm. I still like the Sideshow one. If I was picking a Deja Thoris, I love that one.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever
Agree.
sell that one.
It's a
I
great
think it's
piece.
just that couch thing and all that together, but it's just really well done.
Yep,
I feel like it's the classier of the two.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's more classy. I mean, it's still two mostly naked women, but I just feel like it's more of a little bit more of an art piece.
That one third reminds me of a bar I was in Atlanta in the early 90s.
Yeah, these days they'd call that Deja Thoris a throne piece, really.
Yes, they would.
Yeah.
They would. Speaking of throne pieces, I threw in some photos since the last time we were all together. We did a reaction show. And this is the Poison Ivy. We believe it's going to be just quarter scale. I still absolutely love this piece. Like I know Matt, you like this one a lot.
Oh yes.
Is this something that's waned at all, or are you still really intrigued?
I'm definitely going to get this one.
Yeah, I think she's just absolutely lovely.
If it's 1/3, I'll go for third. If it's a quarter, I'll still buy it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, I
seems
think
like all of those throne things were insinuated they were quarter.
Yep.
Yeah. People have confirmed from Prime 1 that they said that yes, 100% it's quarter. I'm with Matt. I think I would prefer it in third, but I will buy it in quarter if that's all they offer.
Yeah, because I just see potential down the road for me collecting Harley, Ivy, and Catwoman the most. They're probably going to do something that's going to pair with them down the road. And I know I'll regret not getting this when I see that down.
Yeah.
It's cool they did that Uma Thurman portrait.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Got that Uma Thurman look with the hair.
And the
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's a nice
Are
nod.
there different portraits or is this the same portrait?
No, it's a
There's
different
Three
portrait.
portraits.
I think there's at least there's at least 3 portraits.
Yeah,
There's-
that's straight out of that's Uma. Yeah, the other one is Uma
Yeah.
with those eyebrows.
Yeah.
That one.
That one.
Yep. I think there's 3 portraits. I think
There's another one
because
for
this one's got
yes.
the purple lips. I guess they all have purple. Anyway, I'm excited about that one. We also got some more photos of the Batman statue. These are also quarter scale. This is from Batman Returns. I know a lot of people are excited about these. I'll look through some of these photos here. And these are just screen grabs. Love the base.
Did they say what scale this one was?
Quarter.
Quarter.
This is quarter as well as the Joker.
That's
Look at
pretty
that. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I wonder how they'll price them.
A lot of people are curious. People are pretty worried that they'll be third scale prices.
Yeah.
They won't be cheap, I can tell you that. I feel like this one was a little stiff
Yeah.
looking.
What's interesting to me is that I don't know if you guys saw my posts on Facebook. All of these were introduced a year and a half ago on Facebook as custom renders, fan-made renders.
Yeah.
So Prime One must have liked what they saw.
I guess so, and offered somebody a job. This is the Superman one. It's kind of a floating effect. I don't love this one. But I like the base.
This version of Superman always reminds me of John Goodman.
He's just so thick.
Yeah. Like when he started on Roseanne.
This one obviously is the big announcement with the Superman quarter scale and also Batman quarter scale, which again I feel like is going to just completely change the game. And congratulations to collectors that are going to pick these up. What do you think the ES are going to be like on these things? You think they're just going to be nuts?
It'd be silly not to be.
Yeah.
From
I
a
agree.
business perspective.
Yeah.
I'm sure
100%.
collectors will be upset, but from a business, we all know Superman Hush sells.
Yeah. I mean, that thing's going to be sold through the roof.
Don't you think Detective 1000 is right around the corner?
I think it'd be silly not to be.
Yeah.
We also saw the Dark Side on Throne. This one was also shown at the Next Level Part 2. And we get to see some different head sculpts and things like that. Obviously, again, this would be quarter scale.
Probably very large.
Yeah, it's going to be very big. I think it'll complement the Sideshow piece nicely. The throne is cool. You can see some of the detail on the throne. So that was that one. Looked like maybe an exclusive portrait there. I know a lot of people were excited about the Murder Machine. We didn't get to see much of him, but definitely a teaser at least. And he will be third scale. This one I haven't really heard much hype about at all, but this was the Berserk Batman, which I thought was a pretty cool looking concept. Kind of a medieval knight look.
Yeah.
I just started reading this today. I got the whole graphic novel, The City of Bane, so I can figure out what's going on with this storyline. It's definitely an Elseworld story. But interesting concept with the Bane on throne.
I think that'll be popular.
And you have the Psycho Pirate and Thomas Wayne back there in the background who are working for Bane. In this particular storyline, the villains are the GCPD. It's a real interesting story. If you haven't had a chance to read it, I am a couple books in, but I think he looks cool.
You're getting corrected in the chat. It's not. They're saying it's not an Elseworld story. It's continuity.
Oh, I maybe I said the wrong thing. It's just a it's like not an Earth 1 or whatever, or what is that called when it's a different Earth? You know what I'm talking about,
Multiverse.
where it's like
Alternate universe.
It's not
Alternate-
Prime 1 or Earth Prime
yeah, something like that, where it's like a alternate reality or alternate universe or something.
or an alternate timeline.
Yeah, that's what I
Just
meant.
said it is Earth 1.
Hmm.
But is the regular Earth still Earth Prime?
That's what I don't.
And then
That's
there
where I
used-
get.
Earth Prime used to be the regular timeline, and then Earth 1 was different.
I get so lost.
The characters were older.
Like, how is Thomas Wayne in this? Like, that's why I just get so lost. Like, I just always feel like it's. I don't know. I just like my regular Batman stories.
Oh,
Like,
so
they
this
get-
was the Tom King storyline that got him fired.
yeah, this is it.
Why did it get him fired? Anybody know?
I don't. Maybe by the time I'm done reading it, I'll understand.
Yeah.
But
I
love that.
character.
Love that right there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's neat. And Psycho Pirate.
I have no idea who this character is.
So I just started reading it today, and so he's already in the book. He's feared. He's very powerful.
Hmm.
Since the last show we did, they had came out with a pre-order for the Samurai Batwoman, and we got the other portraits, so we can see kind of what that looks like. Again, I still feel like it's really lovely. This is one I'm not going to add to my collection, at least not at this time. But I think she's really pretty.
I'm a big fan of that one.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. This was the other portrait that we hadn't seen.
Well, I like that too.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's kind of like got a bat mask over her mouth. She's got short hair though. I don't know if I've got a picture of that. I don't think I do. Anyway, the hair is real short.
Her base is really neat with the Scarecrow Sphere Toxin coming out and all the faces coming out of it.
Yeah, it's really cool. We talked about it on another show, so I don't have a ton of photos, but I think she's really pretty. Really lovely.
Yeah.
Again, that portrait, one of their best.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful. There's a little bit of the faces.
All right.
All right, here's your Picard.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think it looks good. I don't see really. They were talking about the paint being kind of sloppy. I just don't. I don't really see it. Maybe there's some blemishes with the. I don't know if that's lighting.
I think they're talking about that. They were also saying there's overspray whenever the black meets the red, but I think you got to get really close to see that.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, so a little
see
bit.
it much there. I mean, here's the black.
You see it if you zoom in.
You
Yeah,
can
I
see
mean-
a little bit.
I feel like I think maybe that right there is what they're talking about by the emblem,
Maybe.
where it's maybe not real clean. But again, I feel like the black and red areas are pretty decent, pretty defined.
Yeah,
Again, I feel like that portrait's really good.
I do too.
I mean, you instantly know who it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question to me. Yeah, there's the black on red. I think there was a little bit of an issue right there, maybe on the chest. But again, to me, it looks pretty clean. Again, Jeff's going to get. You're getting a copy still in, right, of this?
Yep. Should be. They told me last week it'd be another week or so.
Okay. They were having some issues with the pegs going in, so again, hopefully Jeff can address that.
Yep.
When he gets his in.
A lot of times you could just use the hairdryer, heat them up, and over time, even it'll settle.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do if I have trouble.
So anyway, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to it. He's going to look great next to Spock.
That's by Dark Side Collectibles, guys. If you're not familiar with them, they're do third scale.
And I'm looking forward to Kirk too.
Yeah, Kirk was going to look great. Love this. This is a quarter scale from Queen Studios. This went up for pre-order this week. Love the base.
Look at that.
That's
Isn't
cool.
that, isn't that awesome? That's so cool.
What was this one priced around? Do you know?
Was it eight or 900?
Oh, that's not too bad for having a whole second torso on
Yeah,
the
I mean
base.
that's the thing is the bases.
Because that's not a
awesome.
small character.
No, he's massive.
Some people aren't crazy about the wires in his left hand.
I don't even think I noticed it. Is he just like he just pulled it out?
Yeah, I guess so.
I wonder if there's a swap out.
Apparently, there's
It's
not.
$1,000.
Oh, 1,000.
1,000.
That makes more sense with that base.
I
That's a
wonder
big,
if those eyes are going to light up on the base.
Maybe, I wonder if his hand too. Maybe that.
Flicker.
Yeah, a flicker would be incredible.
That's like they did that on the Sideshow.
Yeah, if they could do a flicker effect, that'd be really neat. I think it looks really great.
Yeah, they did a good job on that.
Nice movement. I like the paint.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah, Queen Studios, they've been nailing the Iron Man stuff. But anyway, that's up for pre-order right now.
It says 550 of them.
Yeah, there we go, right there. ES 550 full price. This is saying 1,040.
that is not that many. 550.
Yeah, it's not very many for an Iron Man.
Look at that. The width and the height are about the same,
That's crazy.
and the depth isn't that far off either.
No, it's a big piece.
Wow.
It's a big piece. Oh, this one would look really good. This one's fun. This is Mantis. Not only is it Mantis from Guardians, but also the Guardians holiday special. So you can have her like she appears in the regular movies, and then you can have the Christmas stuff too, which is nice.
Yep, that's cool.
The sweater's awesome.
Yeah, I love the sweater.
That's a lot
I
of fun.
like that Christmas skirt.
Yeah, so good.
I
feel like
really like this one.
The likeness to me is not perfect, but it's close.
So was it a swap out torso or was that fabric?
I think it's fabric. Yeah, it just fits over her. You can see the strings. This is fabric. So pretty cool. It's really neat that they did that, and they have all these accessories and stuff. So pretty fun. This one was that Avatar piece. It's not the best photo, but Prime 1 had it on display where you can see it's two individual pieces. Saw Avatar this weekend with my family and really enjoyed it.
That piece looks insane.
Such a beautifully filmed movie. These are some in-hand photos of that Wonder Woman versus Hydra. Photos are just now starting to come in, and I think this looks incredible.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah, this might be my favorite Wonder Woman piece.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I've got a couple of photos there. Got a little bit closer up of her face. But yeah, beautiful Wonder Woman here. And so that should be shipping to most people here soon. There you can see the size of her.
Wow.
Next to the 1/4 Justice Buster, which is a big piece, really a big piece.
She makes that Batman look like a shrimp.
She does. But again, quarter versus third.
Right.
Got some more photos of the Keaton Batman. Obviously, the photo embargo has been lifted. Our friend Kelvin Loke from Shock Toys posted some additional photos since they have revealed him further. I'm assuming that means that license has been approved, or the likeness has been approved officially. And this will go up for pre-order, I would assume, soon. Still really excited about this one being finally available in 3rd scale. Of course, Darkside Collectibles are going to do theirs as well. Still not sure about this one or not, but I'll be buying Batman. Here's Kelvin I was just speaking of next to him, so gives you an idea of what he looks like in person. With the tux and everything, looks good. These are some screenshots of the Terminator pieces that Prime 1's also going to be doing in 3rd scale.
I'm really interested in the T800.
Yeah, that'll be really neat to see. They're obviously using real fabric. This is with Blitzway.
Yep.
And there's the Arnold. Look at that.
Looks really good.
Looks really good. They also showed the different Scar Predators, Celtic Predators.
Those are from the Alienverse Predator, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Chopper. Those are the 3 that they showed. So those will be, I'm assuming, up for pre-order sometime early this year.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Can you go back to that Terminator pic for a second?
Yes, sir.
So people are interested in this picture because based on the battle damage he has, this has got to be the factory scene at the end of the movie.
I would think so.
And yet there's some sunglasses over there, which kind of makes you think about the mall scene with the box of roses. So I'm curious if there's another portrait or not, because he certainly did not wear the sunglasses in the factory scene.
Well, let's look at the other guy. So this is clearly going to be a alternative portrait, where he's got the bullet, or where he's morphing.
Yeah.
So that one, and
Yeah,
so
there
here
you
we.
go.
So I think here we have 2 portraits. I think we'll probably most likely, you can actually even see. I think this might be Arnold's arm here, holding a steel beam.
Oh, interesting.
So I think that, and also you notice this battle damaged torso right here.
Right.
So I can see them offering maybe 2 different versions of Arnold,
Yeah.
or maybe a deluxe where you get both. But I could see them doing the full classic with the glasses and the regular look,
Mm-hmm.
and then the final factory scene, like you said. I think that'd be smart money to do that.
I would like to have a battle damage and a clean portrait. I think that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, the likeness is incredible.
It looks like it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more.
I hope, when they do the leather jacket, do it in leather.
Oh, I know. Surely they learned their lesson after last time. Because that half scale, didn't they get crapped on?
Yeah.
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 Well, then they offered you could actually buy a leather jacket.
Yeah,
if I
right.
remember.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, it's to buy it after you already spent how much.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I don't mind if they do that up front. If they say, hey, it's going to be this much more for leather, if you want to pay a little
Right.
less for the pleather, I mean, I don't mind them doing that.
Yeah, options up front are okay, but
Yeah. But after
down
the
the
fact,
road,
it feels.
try to save face.
Yeah, it's a slap. It's a slap.
Because they're the actual clothing on that'll be amazing.
Yeah.
If it's anything like that Joker clothing.
Yep. The boys, they announced a license for the boys. I threw this photo in because I thought it was cool to see the Geralt. That's how you say his name, right? Geralt. Sorry, Geralt.
Yep.
3rd scale. Look how big it is compared to the
Wow.
Bablock Batman. It's crazy how big that thing is. Here's Mr. Delaney's new statue.
Yeah. Look at that.
Have you already ordered it?
Yeah.
So again, since we did our last show, they've announced the 1/4 scale and 3rd scale. We also found out that the price points are identical,
Mm-hmm.
which is quite interesting. The only difference is I love that portrait, by the way. Is that with the 3rd scale right here, you don't get the winged
The Reaper.
Reaper. Yeah,
The Reaper is huge.
massive.
Yeah. And look at that. You get 3 or 4 portraits.
With both of them, with both 1/4 or 3rd, which is really neat. And then this is the bonus portrait.
Yep.
I wonder why they didn't offer the Reaper though for the 1/3 at all. Like even if the price had to be higher at that point, it's a weird decision, I think, not to have it.
I am shocked as well. I mean, they could have easily said, hey, this is our regular at 3rd scale. This is our deluxe at 3rd scale.
Right.
They already are making everything else. Like, I don't understand it either. I think that, I don't know if they just didn't feel like people would pay, or, I mean, what if the Reaper was another $1,500?
Right.
Would people pay it? I mean, it's big. I mean, it's the size of a 3rd scale in itself.
I don't know. Go ahead.
I was say it's interesting that they're showing the cigarette. Wasn't a lot of pieces they don't show the cigarette, or is that just movie pieces?
I know it was they've done it with the Queen Studios pieces. So I don't know if it's a movie piece thing. I'm not sure. That's a good point. But congratulations to everybody getting this piece, because I know it's such an awesome piece.
I love it.
I really like it with the Reaper. I mean, I know it would be massive to have that on the 1/3, but
Well, the Reaper makes it to me. It's just
yeah, I would want that on my statue, even if it was 1/3.
Yeah. It
It's
adds
just
so much.
I don't know if it's true, but the first thing we heard was that they couldn't engineer the Reaper in 1/3. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't buy it.
If you look at Hawkman, they did Hawkman in 1/3, not Prime 1, but
Yeah,
and he had the big
Iron
giant
Studios.
wings. Yeah,
I don't believe Prime 1 they said engineering anymore, because they said they couldn't engineer the Arkham Poison Ivy, and that's why they canceled her.
Yeah, I don't buy that for a second.
It was no different than all their other pieces.
Yeah, if they can engineer it on a quarter scale, they can engineer it on a third scale. Now, they may have a valid argument that maybe it was too top heavy for the narrowness of the base. That's possible,
Maybe.
but at the same time, these wings could be PVC, and I think they probably will be.
yeah.
Just like Fabox cape on the Tech 1000. That cape is a PVC material.
Yeah, and
So it's
that
like
Hawkman had a lot of shipping problems. A lot of those Hawkmen were broken. I don't know that any of them. There's very few that really survived.
Yeah, they were all polystone though.
But Prime 1 statues are pretty solid compared to Iron Studios, which
I
think
agree
makes a big difference.
But I feel like if you're going to get one, you got to go the quarter scale. I feel like that's the way to go. It's just because it looks so great.
He's going right next to the XM Swamp Thing.
Yep, he's going to fit in great.
Now, do you think they'll redo Zatanna and even Deadman to go with him in quarter?
I don't know. There's still trying to sell out of that Dead Man.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't see them doing Dead Man. I don't think they'll sell enough of them.
I think when they introduced this, they probably moved quite a few of the Dead Man.
That's a great looking piece too, that Dead Man.
Yeah, it is.
You're probably right, Jeff. You're probably right.
But for me personally,
a lot of people bought it.
For me personally, I don't need the whole JLA Dark. I just need Swamp Thing and Constantine.
Well, they're going to look great together. I can't wait to see your review on them.
I can't wait too. It's going to be a long wait though.
I was going to say it's going to be like 2 years probably, but
yeah.
You gotta have Zatanna.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
This is the new Mace window that they came out with this week. Samuel L. Jackson. I feel like the likeness is just okay.
Yeah, it's off.
It's him, but I haven't heard a ton of positive.
Yeah,
it looks okay, but not great.
I agree with you. You could tell it's him, but I think it's just because you know who the character is right away.
Yeah.
It almost needs a little bit of emotion. It's a little static looking.
Yeah. Maybe if you had a little bit of, I don't know. I guess we did see him with anger, but anger's not the Jedi way, but.
I feel like their Nick Fury figure from the first Avengers movie was a little closer.
Looked better.
Yeah. Of course, it only had one eye, but.
Right.
Just listening to a story of how he ended up with that purple lightsaber. I don't know if it was true or not, but it was interesting. I forget the whole story, so I'm not going to repeat it.
They also had the super battle droid. That's going to be a bigger piece. I don't think it's up for pre-order yet. I think just Mace Windu is. But that's fun.
I saw they made an announcement, I think, last night of the upcoming movies and things that they have licensed to do. The Ant-Man and Wasp movie, Guardians 3, Aquaman, and they're doing anniversary pieces from Return of the Jedi and another Star Wars movie.
I think that's it.
Some good stuff in there.
Some good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, still have 219 people watching. Let me see if it'll go through this time. For those of you that are just joining us, I am live pre-ordering.
So what was the error message the last time it was given you?
It was I had tried to enter it into my password too many times.
On PayPal or Prime One's website?
PayPal.
PayPal.
That's where I was. It wasn't a. It wasn't a Prime One issue. So now I got to text myself one more time. Hold on, just 1 second. Yeah, let's see if I can get in now.
I'm not sure if they just went up for order. I know one of them did, but some pieces that got shown more in the last couple of weeks was the XM 4 Horsemen. Those looked really nice.
They are. We've looked at them on the channel from time to time, and yeah, they're all like XM's creation. Which is cool.
So they should be cheaper, right?
You would think. You would think. I think you're dreaming.
It's good to dream.
It is. All right, down payment $140. All right. Live pre-order. Here we go. Dun dun dun. Submitting order information. Got the wheel of doom spinning. Dun 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 dun. Don't buy it at all. All right. I can't show you my screen, but it has been ordered.
Excellent.
Congrats.
It has been ordered. So, yeah, live pre-order. There it was. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Yeah, there it went. Live pre-order. So, yes, I have ordered the Catwoman, Liber Mayhem Catwoman to my pre-order list. So now you can add 21,000 in pre-orders on my. I'm gonna have to do a whole other pre-order video. The thing that's crazy about those pre-order videos is that so much of it overlaps because I did one a year ago and a lot of those pieces were on that one too. But you know, it is what it is. It's just sometimes it takes forever to get these things in. But yeah, I was gonna say Michael just says time to update that spreadsheet. Yeah, no doubt. Well, what did you guys think? Anything on your must-have list from what we saw tonight?
Yep. Couple.
Say Ivy for me.
I already pre-ordered the Samurai Batwoman.
Oh, you're getting that one.
I did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then the Ivy as well.
That's awesome. The one I haven't ordered yet is the Riddler. I still haven't ordered him yet. I probably just need to bite the bullet and do it. Again, I just don't know how much room I'm going to have yet on my new space, but
I'm not thinking about space yet. I have no idea where Batwoman's going.
I
didn't even look at her dimensions before I ordered it. The next day, I'm like, I wonder how big she is.
Yeah.
Did that big gulp when I actually read
I
it.
know. Daniel says, "Are you happy with the pre-order, Chris? If so, then what? That is what matters." That's right. I always like anytime I spend that kind of money, I always like want to throw up a little bit. But I know that I'm going to be excited to have her in the collection.
That's funny.
It would be great to get the XM 4 Horsemen and put them around the XM Apocalypse. That'd be cool.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. Justin says maybe Chris's internet doesn't keep freezing. Maybe his wife keeps turning off his connection to stop him from doing live pre-orders. That's very possible. Actually, we were having trouble with, of course, our internet upstairs. And so I think we're going to have some tech people come out and see if they can redo our system. So just awful. But I haven't froze yet tonight. That's a good sign.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Chris and Logan says, Chris, you have no restraint. No, I don't. I do have some from time to time. I do.
What's restraint?
Yeah, I say, what is that? I'm gonna have to call that Mr. X guy. He always talks about hashtag restraint. I'll have to see if he'll help me out. Gotham Goon, hey Eric, what did you think of my Hush Ivy with the eyeshadow and the Zatanna from XM you canceled? Did you see that?
Yeah, did you guys see those pics? I thought she looked good. I mean, I'm happy with mine, so I don't know if I would alter mine with the eyeshadow and the I thought the Zatanna looked really good in your pictures from what I've seen from everybody else's pictures. So I think it's one of those pieces I need to see in person on the Zatanna.
Did you see somebody's repainting the Sideshow Ivy the green poison ivy. They're repainting into flesh color.
The Sideshow one? I know somebody was
Yeah.
doing the Prime one. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
the
I didn't see
Sideshow
the
one.
Sideshow one. No.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
They said it's so difficult that they were going to take orders to do it for other people, but they said it's so difficult that they're not going to do it.
Yeah, I could just imagine having to paint all those vines. It's on the body is insane.
Daniel Creek says, Chris, shall I join you and live pre-order Detective Comics 1000? Well, sure. Go get that 25% off one. Is it still on sale today? I don't know if it is.
No.
Sideshow went waitlisted.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I shouldn't be surprised. It's just an incredible piece. Critical Mass says, buy what you love. I agree 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, that's who was doing the painting. Yep, that's who was doing the painting. Yeah, I really wanted a peach skinned version of that IVPF. Yeah, it's not something Sideshow's doing. But I don't know. I can imagine them doing their next one maybe in flesh color. You see mostly just green these days. You don't see the skin tone Ivy. I mean, she's pretty much, is she green all the time in the comics?
I think most of the time, right?
I feel like now she is for the most part.
Can't think of one off the top of my head.
I mean, that would have made a good variant piece if they would have done that.
Yeah, I agree. It would have been easy.
I feel like it's a missed opportunity.
I agree. Yeah. I can't believe they haven't done that. I mean, obviously, Tweeterhead's doing a great version, with a different skin tone.
Yeah.
And you, Chris, you and Dan, and I think Jeff too, the three of you really got me convinced with the green on that Ivy really deterred most people from buying her right away.
Right.
Until you guys had your reviews up and showed how good she actually was in person.
Yeah, it made a big difference. I mean, sometimes, again, just seeing something in hand and seeing what people think about it makes a big difference.
She looks great up here. We're over there.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze and Scarecrow.
She sure does.
You guys really convinced me on her.
I'm glad to hear it. About Action Boss says, hey, Rogues, I just pre-ordered the Daniel Bell Joker from Sideshow. Thoughts on it? I love it. I loved it. Like I said, seeing it in San Diego, they didn't have the best lighting on him. Had a weird glare, but I loved him. I ordered him. I can't wait. I hope that Iron Man doesn't sell out soon. I'm waiting for my next paycheck to pre-order it. I think you're going to have some time.
Yeah, I do too.
I do. Green does make her unique. I agree. Fabian says that new Superman J&D looks amazing, but way overpriced. It's crazy. I agree. I feel like it's just, I don't feel like the likeness is not good enough at that price point. I think, like Jeff, I think you said earlier, it's like, it doesn't matter if it's $1,000. It's still,
Yeah.
It is what it is. I think somebody just tried to pop in and join. I'm not sure if somebody's trying to join or not right now. I'm not sure if that was Paula or not.
Somebody wanted a live pre-order Detective 1000.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Yeah, they were wanting to do that. That would be great.
So Theodore in the chat says he's got Black Canary coming this week. That is a very wise purchase, my friend. That is a great premium format. I love it.
Very underrated piece.
Definitely.
Again, if I collected heroes, it's one I've been tempted by many, many times. And I'm like, well, that's as soon as I get it, I'd sell her probably.
She's so cool. She looks great.
Dark Ranger 7 says, was a fun chat and covered some good topics that made us think and reevaluate the hobby. Bring on more epic statues in 2023. I couldn't agree more. And again, that's what I wanted to do tonight. I just kind of wanted to celebrate getting into the new year. Again, I feel like 2022 was an incredible year. We are, of course, going to celebrate it in a big, big way. January 11th, Rogues Gallery Live, we are going to be doing our 3rd annual Batsy Awards. Again, lots of surprises on that show, guys. You have to be here in the chat, though. You have to be with us here because somebody in the live chat is going to be taking away the Batman Who Laughs 1/4 scale from XM Studios and our friends over at Spec Fiction. So I want to thank Todd again for that. We have a ton of surprises that night. We have a ton of guests coming on and popping on here and there. And so you're not going to want to miss that show. It's going to be incredible. So that way we're going to celebrate all of the 2022 stuff. And then again, throughout this entire year, we're going to be celebrating 2023 in a big, big way. Not only here on this channel, but also, of course, Secret Sanctuary, of course, on all things art. Can't wait to see what this year brings. And so again, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I hope everybody had a great, happy new year. I hope you all have a fantastic beginning of your year. And just please, as we go into a kind of a chaotic world, continue to be kind to one another, continue to be good to your neighbor, continue to be positive, and spread the love of this hobby everywhere you can, because again, this is supposed to be our escape. And so continue to enjoy it, no matter what you buy, no matter what price level, no matter what amount of space you have. Again, I just all want to wish you well, and I hope you have a great 2023. Anything else you guys want to say or talk about before we head out tonight?
No.
Anybody want to know the best female statue of the year?
Oh, he's got it right there. A little teaser. That's going to be our best. Oh, there we go. Yep, there we go. Those are his categories right there. A little teaser alert for you guys. It's going to be exciting. Again, people are starting to finally get their envelopes, so I'm excited about that. So again, please join us on January 11th for that show. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, just Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, gentlemen. Hope you all have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you all in the Batcave. Thanks for watching, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New Year,
Year.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.